What's up everyone, and welcome to another episode where we're going to talk about another WordPress plugin with a severe bug. The bug in the Updraftplus plugin threatens the safety of backups of your WordPress system, meaning your database. Now you might recall the episode about the 30,000 websites using the PHP Anywhere plugin being vulnerable to remote code execution threats that could allow attackers to completely take over your website and your server. Now, in case you missed that episode, the link to it is above. This vulnerability we're going to talk about here is more akin to a data breach. Anyone logged in where this module is activated can download your backups. Now, your backups have usernames and passwords in them, along with a ton of other information about your users, or maybe even worse, your customers. Now, I hope you'll watch the full episode, but in case you already know the story, you can now skip directly to my insights at the end of the episode, right from the timeline below. For the rest of you, let's go through the story together and see what we can learn to protect ourselves and others.
Oh, drat these computers. They're so naughty and so complex. I could pin...
On Monday, Marc-Alexandre Montpas, security engineer at Automatic Inc., WordPress's parent company, submitted a security defect report detailing a severe vulnerability that's since been labeled CVE 2022-0633. The flaw's severity rating is listed as high at 8.5. According to a security bulletin posted by Updraftplus on Wednesday, the 0-day allowed any logged-in user on a WordPress installation with Updraftplus active. It allows them to exercise the privilege of downloading an existing backup, a privilege which should have been restricted to administrative users only. Some of this data can later be leveraged towards even more advanced attacks. Access to the backups and database will likely first be used for credential theft. John Bembenek, principal threat hunter at NetEnrich, told the threat post via email on Thursday. But there are many possibilities for attackers to take advantage of the information. The attacker needs to send a specially crafted heartbeat request containing a data Updraftplus parameter, they said in a Thursday write-up. By supplying the appropriate subparameters, an attacker is able to obtain a backup log containing a backup nonce and timestamp, which they can then use to download the actual backup. Congratulations, you're doing a great job by wanting to learn about this severe bug in the Updraftplus WordPress plugin. I appreciate your support by watching my episode about it. If you are new to my channel and have not already, please consider subscribing to my channel and smashing the bell to be notified when I upload new episodes where I give you insights into the newest important cybersecurity news stories like this one. With my insights, you can be better prepared to protect your company, your family, and yourself against these and other cyber attacks. So hit the subscribe button now and let's continue to learn about this story together. One point that potentially reduces the risk here a little bit is that the attacker would already need access to the target site in order to leverage the vulnerable heartbeat function, meaning he would have to have an account with the site to be able to log in, and the logged in authenticated user would then be able to do this. Now, this reduces the risk to websites to only insider threats or people who have an account. The popularity of Updraftplus combined with the simplicity of this attack are a potent combination. And as Bud Broomhead, CEO at Viaku, remarked via email to Threatpost on Thursday, there's always a delay between finding a vulnerability and applying the security fix. This is a case for making all users, paid or not, receive security patches for high severity vulnerabilities such as this. CVE 2022-0633 is hardly unique. Security flaws in WordPress plugins have become regular occurrences in web security in recent months. In January, a cross-site scripting bug in the WP HTML mail plugin exposed over 20,000 sites, and an authentication vulnerability similar to CVE 2022-0633 was discovered in 3 different plugins servicing a combined 84,000 sites. On January 18th alone, 2 major security incidents broke a 9.9 out of 10 rated vulnerability discovered in the AdSanity plugin and a coordinated supply chain compromise of 40 themes and 53 plugins belonging to AccessPress themes. As Broomhead noted, exploits in widely used plugins or components, like similar to Log4j or recent open source vulnerabilities, have a harsh reality. It's up to each and every end user to take action to prevent the vulnerability from being exploited against them. On Wednesday, Updraftplus released its patched versions 1.22.3 for the free version and 2.22.3 for the paid version. Administrators for vulnerable WordPress websites should update as soon as possible, as if really needed to say that. WordPress, like any CMS, can be vulnerable to everything from server crashes, hacks, security flaws, bad plugin or theme updates, and insecure web hosts. If anything happened to your website, it would cost you dearly in time, money, and reputation. Updraftplus simplifies backups and has been used across multiple sites to keep their data safe. Backup your files and database backups into the cloud and restore with a single click. Backup into the cloud directly to Dropbox, Google Drive, Amazon S3, or compatible Updraft Vault, Rackspace Cloud, FTP, DreamObjects, OpenStack Swift, and email. The paid version also allows you to back up to Microsoft OneDrive, Microsoft Azure, Google Cloud Storage, Backblaze B2, SFTP, SCP, and WebDAV. So what can we learn? Well, according to the security bulletin posted by Updraftplus on Wednesday, the 0-day allowed any logged-in user, that's any person that has an account with a WordPress site and is logged in, and of course Updraftplus is installed and activated, but allows that user to exercise the privilege of downloading an existing backup, a privilege which of course should be restricted to administrative users only. Backups are among the most sensitive assets in an IT environment since they usually contain all kinds of data, financial data, database configurations. Some of this data can later be leveraged towards even more advanced attacks, like using people's credentials. Or maybe an attacker who is in possession of this information can access various plugin features to further exploit the website. Now, the core of the issue with Updraftplus is how it validated, or failed to validate, who was sending a heartbeat request. Only administrators should have this access. Even more specific, an attacker could abuse a feature in Updraftplus that allows for backup URLs to be sent to an email address set by the site owner, and have backed up file URLs sent to email addresses that are actually controlled by an attacker. Now, in the last few months, the Updraftplus plugin has had a few other bugs you may not know about. There's CVE 2021-25089, where the plugin does not sanitize and escape the update_restore parameter before outputting it back to the restore page, leading to reflected cross-site scripting. And then there's CVE 2021-25022, again a sanitizing issue, but in backup_timestamp and job_ID parameters, leading to reflected cross-site scripting. And then there's CVE 2021-24423, again sanitizing issue, where with Updraft service settings allowing high-privileged users to set malicious JavaScript payloads in it and leading to stored cross-site scripting attacks. Now, I don't use WordPress for projects anymore, and I've honestly never used this module or this plugin, but it seems, based on the multiple sanitizing issues, that they need to take a deep look into their code base and run a bunch of more tests before they publish it for users to implement into their sites. Do you do threat modeling on your code? Or the features that you build, let's say before or during or even after you code? If you're a developer and you don't already, you should be looking into your delivery channel to ensure that automated tests are implemented to test your code for potential flaws. There are tons of frameworks you can use depending on your programming language. Now, only if you put more effort into the coding and the testing can we catch more of these flaws before free and paying customers use these tools and potentially get hacked like this. With that, I say thanks again for watching. Don't forget to share and subscribe if you haven't already, and smash the bell if you haven't already, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care.
Don't forget to ride. Farewell.